I'm JasonRobinhood, and these are the stocks of the day for Friday, February 11th, 2022. Okay, so it is currently 2:03 p.m. here in Las Vegas, Friday, February 11th, 2022, and we are going to go over the stocks of the day. Unfortunately, all three major indexes finished negative today, a pretty bad day in the stock market. The Dow Jones was down 503 points, currently trading at 34,738. The S&P 500 was down 85 points, currently trading at 4,418. The NASDAQ 100 was down 394 points, currently trading at 13,791. The VIX is at a 27 handle, that's plus 14% from yesterday, and the 10 years actually under 2. It actually was above 2 yesterday, but it's now under 2. It's currently trading at 1.916. So maybe that's the only good sign we had today, that the 10-year fell. Let's see where Bitcoin is at. Maybe Bitcoin had a better day. Bitcoin's only down 1.79%, but it's back down to that 42,000. It was 44 yesterday, so it fell some points today. In this series, we go over the top 5 performing stocks from each of the 3 major indexes, so I consider it helpful for day traders and long-term investors. The first 5 stocks we're going to go over are for the Dow Jones. Unfortunately, I think there was only 3 stocks in the Dow Jones that was positive today, so we're just going to only have 3 stocks. First stock for the best performing stocks in the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones, I just have to mention, the Dow Jones only has 30 stocks in total, and the Dow Jones is price weighted. So the Dow Jones was down 503 points. That's why we only have 3 stocks in the Dow Jones that's positive today. But Chevron did have a good day. You see, the rest of the market was extremely negative, but Chevron was plus 2.04%, and people are still buying the stock in the after hours market, almost up 0.25%, 0.19%. Chevron is up 50% 50.56% year over year, clearly outperforming the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is actually negative 5% for the year. So Chevron is clearly outperforming the Dow Jones. And for the past 5 years, Chevron is only up 22.68%. But as you can see, Chevron is currently trading at its high for the past 5 years, and for the past year, this is the high. So you want to keep an eye on that number, $140 a share. And Chevron pays almost a 4% dividend, 3.90%. I don't know why I'm not watching this stock. I'm going to have to watch this stock. I should have probably bought this stock today. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol VZ, Verizon. Verizon was up 0.53% today. It has not sold off any of that in the after hours market. Verizon is actually down 3% in the past year, so it's clearly underperforming the Dow Jones. And if you're looking for a high in the stock, that price was $59. That was May 10th, 2021. That's about $6 from here. You want to keep an eye on that $59, $60 mark. And if you've been a long-term investor in Verizon for the past 5 years, Verizon has returned plus 9.55%. And Verizon pays a 4.78% dividend. And the last stock we're going to go over for the best performance stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol DOW, Dow. Dow was actually up almost 0.25%, 0.25% today. Dow for the past year is only up 5.67%. So it's basically trading in line with the Dow Jones. I think the Dow Jones is up 5 to 10% year over year. And if you're looking for a high in the stock, that price was May 17, 2021. That was $70 a share. Currently $9 away from the high. You want to keep an eye on that $70, $71 mark if it breaks above that. And for the past 5 years, I believe this stock was a spinoff. So it's not like a new company, like a traditional IPO. It was a spinoff. It got spun off 2019, and if you've been a long-term investor for the past 5 years, it's actually up 16.81%. Let's see if Dow pays a huge 4.59% dividend. In days like this, when the market is down, dividend paying stocks, cash heavy stocks are really good. So those were the top three performance stocks in the Dow Jones today. As I mentioned, the Dow Jones was negative 503 points, currently trading at 34,738. Obviously, we broke under the 35,000 yesterday. We were trading above 35,000, negative 500 today. So now we're under 35,000. Obviously, another negative $500 point day, we could be trading down to 33,000, maybe 32, 31, God forbid 30 or 29. But keep an eye on that 738. If we could hold 34,000, hopefully we could trade back up to 35,000 and then trade back into 36,000. Next five stocks we're going to go over are for the S&P 500. The S&P 500 was negative 85 points today, but we did find some winners. The first stock for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol NWL. As you can see, NWL wasn't paying attention to any of the rest of the market. This stock was up 11.07% today. What happened here? Around 7 a.m. it was up. Yeah, it kind of jumped. Like within the first 30 minutes, the stock, you'd have to wake up super early within the market and buy it. Like, I mean, the first 15 minutes, the stock was already up 10%, right? So it's really difficult to find some of these stocks unless you bought the stock yesterday. But Newell was up 17.07% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. The stock is actually down 6.84%. I believe the S&P 500 is up maybe 10%, 5 to 10%. Maybe, I would say 10% at the most. And if you're looking for a high in this stock, that price was $29 at March 17, 2021. We're currently trading at, what was it? $29? Oh, $29. We're currently trading at $25, $24. But if you've been a long-term investor in this stock for the past 5 years, you've lost 45.64% of your money. Not my kind of stock at all. But this stock does pay a 4.19% dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol BKR, Baker Hughes Company. As you can see, Baker Hughes Company, nice move today, up 6.20%. People are still buying this stock in the after hours market, 0.45%. That is a good sign. And Baker Hughes is up 28.26%. You can see it looks like it had a lot of problem getting above this 26 number. You can see it topped out 26, 26, 26, but now it's at 29. And it's not looking back at that 26. Obviously, I'm gonna have to add it because I just want to keep an eye on it. It's close to its top in the past 5 years. The high number was about 37. So if it could break above that 37, the next $9, $10 in this stock are very important. I want to keep an eye on it. Obviously, if it goes up another 6%, I want to. Probably not another 6, but just keep an eye on it. And Baker Hughes does pay a 2.62% dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol OXY, Occidental Petroleum. Wow, this stock is a lot better. It gave you a lot of time to buy this stock. This stock was basically going up the entire day. You can see at 7, it was up 2%. At 9, it was up 3%. At 10, it was up 4%. At 12, it was up 5%. So basically, every hour this stock kept getting bought. That's interesting. And people are still buying it in the after hours market. Maybe I don't have to watch this. This stock is up 5.65% and up 0.33% in the after hours market. That's a great sign. I'm going to have to watch this. This doesn't make any sense. I may have to buy this on Monday. I can't believe I haven't seen this stock. But this is another stock that had a problem getting above that 32, and now it's not looking back. I will have to keep an eye on that 32 number. Obviously, it could easily fall back to that 32 number. It's kind of a choppy stock. You can see it goes up and then goes down. But if you've been a stockholder in this, if you've been a shareholder in this stock for the past 5 years, this stock is actually still down almost 40%, 37.45. If you're looking for the highs in the past 5 years, that was $85 in 2018. About half. Clearly, a lot has happened since 2018. And oh my God, this stock it barely pays. It pays a 0.10% dividend. Very, very tiny. Very, very tiny. that's the wrong ticker. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol CTRA. CTRA was up. A lot of the energy stocks were up today. I think that was best performing sector in the S&P was the energy sector. CTRA was up 4.87%. People are still buying it in the after hours market, up 0.37% in the after hours market. That is a really good sign. And for the past year, this stock has gone basically parabolic, clearly outperforming the S&P 500 by about 3 to almost 4 times, up 35.50% in the past year. Only up 1%, only up 1.89% in the past 5 years. If you're looking for a high in the stock, that price was $29, and we're currently trading at $25. So obviously you want to keep an eye on that $29 if you're looking to invest in this stock. And CTRA pays a 1.94% dividend. And the last stock we're going to talk about for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol NOC, Northrop Grumman. Northrop Grumman defense sector stock up 4.53% today on news of tensions between Russia and Ukraine. So this stock is up today. I believe that's why a lot of the energy stocks performed well today in this stock market. A lot of people do not own energy stocks, so they think the entire market is down. But obviously that's what this series covers stocks that move up and down even on red and green days. But this is a defensive stock, probably underweight in most people's portfolio, up 4.53%. I know a lot of people probably don't even look at stocks like these. This stock is up 31.97%. It looks like it's at the high, or maybe the high is about $6 from here, $406 a share, October 25th, about 3-4 months ago. So it's about $6 away from its high. For the past 5 years, if you've owned this stock has returned 72.22% to the upside, and it pays a 1.61%. Northrop Grumman is a defensive stock, deals with air defense and defense systems, missiles systems. So those were the top 5 performance stocks in the S&P 500. As I mentioned, the S&P 500 was negative 85 points today, currently trading at 4,418. A pretty good sign. The one thing you could say is that the S&P 500 did hold that 4,400 mark. Obviously, we want to keep an eye on the next 18 points. If we could hold those 18 points, we could hopefully trade back up to 4,500, maybe even 4,600. But if we can't hold those 18 points, we have another day like 85 points to the downside. We have to be looking at 4,300, 4,200, 4,100, and God forbid 4,000 on 4,000 or 400. Yeah, I don't think it's 4,000, but 4,000 on the you can say 4,100, but 4,000 on the S&P 500. We do not want to trade down there. And the last 5 stocks we're going to go over for the NASDAQ 100. Also the S&P 500 is currently negative 8% year to date. Dow Jones down 5%, S&P 500 down 8%. Now the next stocks we're going to go over for the NASDAQ 100. The NASDAQ 100 was down 394 points today, but we found 5 winners. First stock for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is Regeneron, ticker symbol REGN. Regeneron was plus 3.27% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. That is a pretty good sign. Regeneron is actually up 29.96%. Obviously, the highs looks like that happened around September. It looks like it dropped like a rock from 675. That's the high. Basically, September 1st, and then within a month, it was basically down over $100. It went down to $550. So you want to keep an eye on this stock. This stock can drop $100 in a month, right? So that's interesting. It's always good to look at charts to see what's your range on these charts. You know, if you're thinking, hey, I want to buy this stock today, it's at its high at 515 on July 21st, 2017. You can see at the lows, it went down basically for almost 8 months, all the way down to 291. So from 515 all the way down to 291. It basically went down in a straight line. Same thing here. 644 all the way down back to 450. So if you buy this stock at this price, do realize that 630 could go down to 420 or something like that. You want to keep an eye on a stock like that. That's why you have to check these charts to figure out your risk. But Regeneron does not pay a dividend. Regeneron does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol ORLY, O'Reilly Parts. I believe this stock was on this chart yesterday. It's up 3% for the week, up 1.49% today. Has not given back any of that in the after hours market. You can see this chart has gone basically parabolic. I think the NASDAQ 100 is basically up maybe less than 5%, 0 to 5% in the past year. So this stock has clearly outperformed the NASDAQ 100 by like 4-5 times. And for the past 5 years, O'Reilly is up. If you've been a long-term shareholder of this stock has returned plus 157.97%, clearly in a bull market. I'm gonna have to buy this stock one day soon. But O'Reilly does not pay a dividend. ORLY does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is KHC Kraft Foods. Kraft Foods was up 1.28% today and has not given any of that back in the after hours market. Kraft Food is only up 1.46% in the past year, clearly underperforming the NASDAQ 100 basically by like 4%. And if you're looking for a high in the stock, that price was $44 a share, currently trading at $34 a share. Obviously, the next $10 are really important. But if you've been a long-term investor in this stock, I mean, this stock has lost you 61.11% of your money. This is not my kind of stock. But ticker symbol KHC does pay a 4.67% dividend. Not for me. Down 61% in the past 5 years. This is I can't do something like that. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol VRSN. Verizon. As you can see, Verizon was up at the highs of the day. This stock was up almost 6%, and then so if you bought it up here around 15 minutes into the trading day, it just fell. So it kind of ended the day at the lows. It didn't sell negative, but it did end the day at the lows. Up 0.71%, but people aren't selling in the after hours market, so that's a pretty good sign. Verizon is up 4.98%. If you're looking for the highs in that stock, looks like it happened a few days before the beginning of this year. That was $255 a share, currently trading at $214 a share. Obviously, the next $40 are really important. And if you've been a long-term investor in this stock has rewarded you up plus 161.48%. A pretty good return, a really good return. But ticker symbol VRSN does not pay a dividend. And the last stock we're going to go over for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 was Moderna, but that's down a little bit too much. Let's see, Gilead Sciences, ticker symbol GI. Nope, Gilead is down a lot. It may have to be Moderna, but a lot of these are just down, right? Yeah, Seagen, it's the only one that hasn't sold off in the after hours. The last stock we're going to go over is Seagen, ticker symbol SGEN. Seagen was up 0.35% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. That is a really good sign. Oh my goodness. But Seagen stock chart is pretty bad. At least for the past year, down 27.17%. If you're looking for a high in this stock, that price was November 5th, 2021, and that was $190 a share, currently trading at $125 a share. Wow. But if you've been a long-term investor in Seagen, if you held this stock for the past 5 years, this stock is plus 106.44% in the past 5 years. Pretty good return for a long-term investor, but has not, CGen does not pay a dividend. So those were the top 5 performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 today. As I mentioned, the NASDAQ 100 today was down 394 points, currently trading at 13,791. Obviously, we broke under. We were trading at 14,000 to start the day, down 394. Now we're trading down with a 13,000 handle. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye on the next 791 points. Hopefully, we can hold those, trade back up to 14,000, try to get up to 15,000. If not, if we sell off another day like this, a few more days like this next week, we could be trading down to 12. We could be trading down to 11,000. We could be trading down to 10,000, and God forbid, we could be trading all the way back down to 9,000 on the NASDAQ 100. I do have to mention the NASDAQ 100 is negative. Currently, year to date, only 2 months in, barely 2 months in, currently negative 13%. Dow Jones negative 5% year to date. S&P 500 negative 8% year to date. And the NASDAQ 100 negative 13% year to date. Those numbers are extremely important because we are only 1 month in about 1 week, 2 weeks into the year. So we're not having the greatest year in the stock market. Well, I'm Jason Robinhood. Did you discover any new stocks in this video? Do you have any great performance stocks in your portfolio you would like to recommend to myself or the other viewers of this video? I'm Jason Robinhood. These were the stocks of the day for Friday, February 11th, 2022. Stay long in the stock market.